Hello, shall we start with the reaction between metals and acids today? Let's start with question 1. It says, what gas is produced when metal reacts with acid? You guys might remember that there is a general equation. Let me put it on the screen. Metal react with acid, that would form salt and hydrogen. And in this case, the answer is hydrogen. And by the way, the hydrogen molecule have a chemical formula of H2. Bear in mind, it's not a single hydrogen atom, it is a hydrogen molecule. Okay, and then let's keep going. Which metal will react with the acid the most violently? Lead or calcium? Well, this is a question that's trying to ask us which one is more reactive, lead or calcium? Calcium is on the very top of the metal reactivity series, somewhere here. But lead is somewhere in the middle, or even at the bottom. And by the look of it, calcium is more reactive. Calcium is the answer for this question. And then let's keep going to question 3. A metal is placed in a flask of dilute acid. A metal explodes inside the flask. Okay, the fact that there is an explosion indicating the reaction is really vigorous. Could you suggest what metal this could be? In order to have a very vigorous reaction, I need a very reactive metal. And when you think about the group 1 alkali metal, they are super reactive. In this case, I'm going to pick potassium. Alright, and then let's keep going. Question 4. What would you expect to see when copper is placed in a dilute sulfuric acid? Well, in this case, it's copper and acid, and we need to think, is copper reactive enough to react with dilute acid? Not really, to be honest, because again, in the metal reactivity series, there is hydrogen and then there's copper. The fact that copper is underneath hydrogen means copper is not reactive enough to react with dilute acid. What that means is this reaction is not going to take place. Nothing will happen. And then let's move on to question 5. Suggest how you could identify the gas produced when metal react with acid. Well, question 5 goes back to the hydrogen gas produced. And they are asking us how do we identify hydrogen gas. This is related to the gas test. First of all, we need a lead splint. And then we need a test tube with hydrogen in it. What's going to happen is that we can hear a squeaky pop. On the other hand, if you didn't hear the squeaky pop, that means that colorless gas produced is not hydrogen. Okay, and then let's keep going to question 6. Potassium reacts with nitric acid. Potassium is reactive enough to do that. What are the products of the reaction? If we go back to the general equation that I put on the very top, when metal reacts with acid forms salt and hydrogen, so in this case I need the salt, I need the hydrogen to be the products. And what is the salt from potassium and nitric acid? It has a name of potassium nitrate. Let me just put it there. And if you guys want to know the chemical formula, it's KNO3. And the hydrogen, we've already talked about it. It has a chemical formula of H2. Okay, and then let's move on to the very last question. Complete the following chemical equation. Once again, we got the metal, we got the acid. They're going to react with each other, form the salt and hydrogen. The salt in this case is iron sulfate, which have a chemical formula of FeSO4. And the hydrogen is H2 molecule. Alright, there we go. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.